Hook. Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing not stars, but a giant holographic figure speaking to the entire world in your own language. Now imagine that figure is not an alien or a deity, it is a projection from a satellite controlled by your own government. This is not science fiction. A Canadian journalist named Serge Monast claimed in the 1990s that a secret NASA program called Project Bluebeam was designed to do exactly that. Fake an alien invasion. Fake the second coming of Christ. And usher in a new world order that would unite humanity under one totalitarian government. Was he a paranoid crackpot or did he stumble onto something real? Intro. Project Bluebeam is one of the most elaborate and persistent conspiracy theories of the modern era. It proposes a four-stage plan orchestrated by NASA, the United Nations, and a shadowy global elite to destroy all existing religions, stage a fake extraterrestrial invasion using holographic technology, and force the entire world into a single authoritarian government. The theory was first published in 1994 by Serge Monast, a Canadian journalist and conspiracy researcher who spent years investigating the connections between space agencies, military technology, and secret societies. Monast claimed to have seen classified documents proving the plan existed and was initially scheduled to begin in 1983. When that date passed without incident, he argued that the technology simply was not ready yet and the conspirators were waiting for the right moment. Subscribe now and stick around because the details get even stranger. Segment 1. Stage 1 of Project Bluebeam involves the systematic destruction of all world religions. Monast claimed that NASA would use artificially triggered earthquakes to expose buried archaeological sites at precise locations around the globe. These fake discoveries would supposedly disprove the fundamental teachings of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and every other major faith. Imagine perfectly timed seismic events that reveal ancient texts or artifacts that contradict everything we know about religious history. Monast argued that Hollywood had been psychologically preparing us for this moment for decades. Films like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Independence Day, and Jurassic Park were supposedly softening our minds to accept that our religious beliefs were built on lies. Once humanity lost faith in traditional religion, we would be ripe for a new belief system delivered directly from above. Segment 2. Stage 2 is where things get truly cinematic. Once our belief systems are shattered, NASA would deploy advanced holographic projection technology to beam massive three-dimensional images into the skies above every major city on Earth. Here is where the theory gets clever. The holograms would be customized for each region. In predominantly Muslim areas, the projection would resemble an Islamic religious figure. In Christian regions, it would appear as Jesus Christ himself. In Hindu regions, it would take the form of a Hindu deity. Each population would see and hear a figure that speaks to their specific cultural and religious expectations. The message would be the same everywhere. The old religions were wrong and a new age of unity under a single world government is beginning. The technology to project large-scale holograms into the sky does not exist at this level, but believers point to drone light shows and experimental holographic displays as evidence that we are getting close. Subscribe to stay updated on the latest developments in this unfolding story. Segment 3. Stage 3 moves from visual spectacle into outright science fiction. Monast claimed that extremely low-frequency and very low-frequency waves transmitted from satellites would be used to beam thoughts directly into the human brain. Every person on Earth would hear a voice inside their own mind speaking in their native language, claiming to be God or whatever divine figure matched their religious background. Monast claimed the CIA and FBI had developed communications equipment that could make the blind see and the deaf hear, but that the technology was being weaponized for mass mind control instead. The reality is that declassified documents on government mind control programs like MKUltra show these efforts were largely failures that produced questionable results at best. But the idea of being able to broadcast thoughts into millions of minds simultaneously is terrifying enough that the theory refuses to die. Segment 4. Stage 4 is called the Night of the Thousand Stars, and it is the most dramatic phase of the entire plan. After humanity has been softened up by religious doubt, celestial holograms, and internal mind control messages, the final act would begin. A fake alien invasion would be staged, convincing every nation on Earth that extraterrestrial forces were about to destroy us. In the chaos that follows, nations would launch nuclear weapons. The UN would step in to disarm everyone, claiming only a unified global government can defend against the alien threat. Christians who believe in the rapture would be tricked into thinking aliens were rescuing them. Monast even claimed that electronic supernatural forces would travel through fiber optic cables, television lines, and electrical systems to project satanic holograms into people's homes, driving humanity to the edge of mass hysteria. The end goal is simple. A terrified, confused, and desperate global population willingly surrenders its freedom to a new world order that promises protection from a threat that never existed. OUTRO. So how much of Project Bluebeam is real? The honest answer is probably none of it. Serge Monast died of a heart attack in 1996, 2 years after publishing his report. Contrary to popular belief among conspiracy enthusiasts, his death was not mysterious and there is no evidence he was silenced. No classified documents have ever surfaced to support any of his 4 stages. Modern holographic technology is impressive, but we are nowhere close to projecting giant Jesus figures into the sky over Tokyo. And the New World Order that was supposedly just around the corner in 1994 remains as elusive today as it was 3 decades ago. But Project Bluebeam persists because it taps into something very real. Our distrust of governments, our fear of technology we do not understand, and our anxiety about a future that feels increasingly uncertain. Every new UFO sighting, every unexplained drone swarm, every advance in holographic display technology gets interpreted through the lens of Monast's theory. Whether you believe it or not, Project Bluebeam is a fascinating window into how conspiracy theories evolve, adapt, and survive long after their creators are gone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching and keep questioning everything.